Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and today we have a good show going on for you. Another NFL Weekly Pick'ems and my NFL Fantasy Talk for Week 5 of the NFL season. Before I get into that, please like, subscribe to Uneducated Network. Got big things going on. We're rocking and rolling now, so things are coming to fruition. So I'm very happy and very pleased with where we're going. We're growing very fast, so it's a good thing that we got our things in place. So I like where it's going. So please like, subscribe, comment down below if you like the show. Let us know how you feel about Uneducated Network, where you see my show, and many other shows. Now, before I get into my NFL talk, I want to give a big shout out to Authentic Sports Talk on YouTube. Please check my man out. He does a great job explaining the NBA, NFL, many other sports. Authentic Sports Talk on YouTube. That's my main guy. Big shout out to him. Please like and subscribe to his channel to where you can see it all. He's a great guy to listen to. So please check out Authentic Sports Talk on YouTube. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead to our pick'ems. Well, my pick'ems. I have been doing not such a good job. Let's just be honest with you guys. Now, I've gone on a limb on some matchups, and I've gone on, I'll take some chances, but that's the name of the game. I do it like if there was money involved, which I have a couple pools going on around in my life. There's money involved. This is what I would do, and this is how I feel. I feel like there's always 2 or 3 upsets per week. There's never a great week where everyone just wins as expected to win. It's the NFL. It's the most, I'm not going to say lopsided, but it's the most uncommon sport where the great guys don't always win every time they play. Let's just be honest with that. So with that being said, we actually have a great Thursday night game, which is going to be underway in a matter of minutes now. By the time this is uploaded, it'll be probably in the middle of the game. But that being said, the Patriots at the Buccaneers is our Thursday night game. A very good one indeed. I believe it's going to be high scoring shootout. We'll talk more about that on fantasy. I have the Patriots winning this one. I think they had just enough more offense than the Bucs, and the Bucs are going to put up points. Patriots are going to put up points, but I think the Patriots will have enough more oomph when it comes down to the points to get this victory, a hard-fought victory by the Patriots. 49ers at Colts, which I call my boo-boo game of the week. 49ers at Colts. The Colts, I believe, will win this game. Will I say easily? Not really easily, but I see them winning by a touchdown and a half. Colts, I got the Colts in that. Jets at the Browns. I think the Jets are clicking. Their defense is young. They had their 2 victories at home. Now, let's see if they can bring that defensive mentality to the road. They've been doing a great job. That young secondary, I think that they go into Cleveland. It's another battle of really bad teams. I think Cleveland, who's still 0-4, will be 0-5. I think the Jets come out and they'll be 3-2 in second place in that division. So that's very crazy. It's a big game for the Jets. They're on the road. I think they take care of business, though. Jaguars at the Steelers. Here is my upset of the week. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars going into Pittsburgh and beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think right now the Steelers are just in a little funk. Now, being at home can help Ben Roethlisberger out plenty. He's much better, we know, at home than on the road. But I think that Jacksonville will come out with that pounded mentality, and I think a few times the Steelers will break, and Jacksonville goes on ahead and, wins that game. It'll be a low-scoring game, I believe, somewhere in a 20-19 kind of feel, 20-16 kind of feel. I think Jacksonville takes that in upsetting fashion. Chargers at the Giants. It's the battle of the beatins. Both teams are 0-4. Someone's got to win, and someone will win. I'm going with the Giants. I think the Giants take care of the Chargers. The Chargers, I just feel bad for the Chargers. Nobody wants them. San Diego had them, kind of didn't want them. LA has them, kind of don't want them at all. And now it's like they're playing 16 road games. It's going to be tough for them this year, sweat it out. I have the Giants getting their first victory. The Giants have been oh so close, as well as the Chargers. But once again, someone's got to lose this game. I think it's going to be the Chargers losing this game. Giants get their first W. Bills at the Bengals. Here we go. Bengals have been looking better the last 2 games. Lost to the Packers or win against the Browns, but everyone's beating the Browns, right? And I think the Andy Dalton's looking pretty good, but I'm still going with the Bills. For some reason, the Bills have that it factor this year. I don't know what it is. It's that gut-wrenching factor. Like, I think that everything's going to go right for the Bills this year. I have the Bills going into Cincinnati and beating the Bengals. I think it'll be somewhere in a 30-27 kind of game. The Bills win that. Panthers at the Lions. I'm gonna stop betting against the Lions until they actually lose. I'm going with the Lions over the Panthers. I think them being at home, I see Carolina's secondary not holding up against Matthew Stafford. Another thing that might happen is they go down to the wire and bada boom, bada bing, they win the game as usual. The Lions do. Titans at the Dolphins. Here we go. Tennessee against Miami. With Tennessee having Marcus Mariota out, they're going to struggle. I think they're going to put 8 in the box. The Dolphins will, maybe 9. Start the Marcus Murray in game. I think that they will shut them down. I'm going with the Dolphins, getting the victory. Jay Cutler squeak one out. This might be a low-scoring game. I'm looking like 16-10 kind of game. I had the Dolphins winning this game. Cardinals at the Eagles. The Eagles, I had them winning this. I had them putting all kind of pressure. If you thought Carson Palmer was getting pressure like crazy already as it is, well, guess what? You have another thing coming. The Eagles are going to pressure that man like crazy. And I think that Carson Palmer is going to make a few mistakes in this game. The Eagles will win. It'll still be kind of a close game. The Cardinals kind of stay in games how it is. Their offense is still pretty good when he is being protected. But I have the Eagles taking this one out at home. They should have the advantage on defense. Ravens at the Raiders. This is a very tough one. I had a tough one with this one. Raiders obviously are without Derek Carr. It's going to hurt them. But the Ravens have shown they cannot score with the best of them at all, or the worst of them. They can't score. They just can't score. Their offense is that pathetic. So I'm going with the home team. EJ Manuel came in last game and looked pretty decent. He looked like he knew the offense. So, yes, he's not Derek Carr. But EJ Manuel, I think, will do just enough to get the Raiders past the Ravens. So I have the Oakland winning that game. Seahawks at the Rams, another toss-up game. But I have the Rams. They have proven to me that they are ready for the big time. Jared Goff and this new offensive system with the head coach now, the new young guy. I forgot his name, Sean something. But he is showing something that the Rams like. He's young, enthusiastic, and I think the Rams going to L.A., they kind of needed this fix. Jared Goff is the right guy. Well, no, I mean the head coach is the right guy for Jared Goff. They're looking pretty good. Offensively and defensively, with Aaron Donald coming back now since game 2, they look like they are poised to make a run. Them being at home against Seattle, who at times look very pathetic on offense. So I have the Rams winning this one in a close one. I think it might be a shootout, but I think that at the end, the Rams will have enough offensive power to beat the Seattle Seahawks in L.A. Pretty much the game of the week, maybe. Packers at Cowboys, the most talked about game. Packers at Cowboys. Cowboys are showing signs of, they're vulnerable. Last year being 13-3, and people were riding off that. Now you understand that there's 16 games of film against Dak Prescott. 16 games against Zeke. Now you really can't stop Zeke because the O-line is just too good. But you can stop Dak Prescott. You could do that. And I think Dak is going to have to pass the ball a lot. And just to get this win. Now I hope not. I think Zeke's going to get his. But Dak, at sooner or later, is going to have to take advantage of Dez Bryant against a porous Green Bay defense, in my opinion. But they're getting better. I have Green Bay, although Dallas is, I'm saying all that, it's still Aaron Rodgers in game. Cobb is still there. Yes, they have a problem with their running back situation. Ty will start, maybe. Will Williams start? We don't know. We'll find out. But they still have Aaron Rodgers. They still have Jordy Nelson. Randall Cobb. And now Devontae Adams might come back. Maybe. He's looking like he's ready to come back in this game. If they have those guys, I would not bet against Aaron Rodgers. I have the Packers winning against the Cowboys. And the Sunday night football game, which is another one. We have a great Thursday night game. We have a great Sunday night game. The Chiefs going to Houston to play the Texans. And that's going to be a really good one. 4-0 Chiefs against the Texans team that is riding hot with Deshaun Watson. I have the Houston Texans actually winning this game, giving the Chiefs their first L, and there'll be no more unbeaten teams. But I believe this is going to be a classic game. It'll be a very good game to the wire. I think Deshaun Watson has that it factor. He is the guy. They're letting the reins loose on Deshaun and let him go at it. So I'm excited for this game. I think the Texans will bottle up Hunt and Alex Smith and make it very tough for the Chiefs to do anything. This is the Chiefs' first real test against a great defense, or a good to great defense, which the Texans are, a good defense. So I had the Texans winning this game. in a good game pretty much. And then for the Monday night game, the Chi-Town Bears are home against the Minnesota Vikings. This will be Mitch Trubisky's first game playing, and it's at home in Soldier Field on Monday Night Football, so he's getting the exposure. Well, I have the Bears riding high on this. I think with that happening, I think the Bears beat the Vikings. No Sam Bradford. They're on the road now. The Vikings are, and you know how they play on the road. They play a lot better at home. But on the road, you got Case Keenum being your quarterback. I think they will struggle on offense. I think the Bears will take care of what they got to do and come out with a hard-fought victory. I'm going with somewhere to score, I don't know, 20-17, something like that. Bears win. I have the Bears going. So I have the Patriots winning, Colts winning, Jets, Jaguars, Giants, Bills, Lions, Dolphins, Eagles, Raiders, Rams, Packers, Texans, and the Chi-Town Bears, Chicago Bears, the Bears. I have those guys winning. So tell me who you have winning this week. Who is your team? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm excited to hear who you guys are rooting for and how you liking this NFL season so far. Now, let's go with our fantasy football talk, what everybody really, really wants to know about. Like I said, the game is going on with the Patriots and the Bucs is getting ready to start in just a few minutes. So let me get out what I got to get. Well, my starters, my quarterbacks, let's start with those guys. Jameis Winston. Let's start him versus the Patriots. If you have him, start him. If you have him versus somebody else, I'm going with Jameis against that Pats defense, which is so horrible right now. They have been overall a negative in defense so far, fantasy-wise. Going with Jameis Winston against the Pats. Also, Matthew Stafford versus the Panthers. Matthew being at home, I thought he's going to have a 300-plus yard game, 3 touchdowns against the Panthers. I would start him in a heartbeat if you have him. And say if you have him and Jameis, I'm going more with the Jameis side because I think Jameis against the Patriots is going to eat them up. Panthers play a little better defense than the Patriots, just a little bit. And I'm going with Andy Dalton versus the Bills. I think that they'll be in some sort of shootout-ish with Andy Dalton getting about 270 plus, but I look at Andy Dalton getting about 2 touchdowns. So if you don't really have anybody and you want to get someone and Andy Dalton's available, go with Andy Dalton as your starter. I like that. Who I'm going to sit down, Carson Palmer versus the Eagles. I think it's being a West Coast team, traveling to the East Coast, and then you got a great defense in the Philadelphia. I think it's just a bad situation, and you have a bad offensive line. It's a bad situation for Carson Palmer. I see him getting picked off maybe 2 to 3 times. It's not a good fit for Carson in this game. I would sit down Carson Palmer. I'll also sit down Russell Wilson, not because of the yard, but I think he's going to throw some picks in this game. He's going to make some mistakes, maybe a fumble or 2 lost. The Rams play great defense. I know that, and it's in LA, so they'll be ready to rock and roll in the Coliseum. I think I would sit down Russell Wilson for this game if you have somebody. Now, if you need to start Russell Wilson, then start him. If that's your only option, then start him. But if you have a better option or someone close to him, I will go with that other person other than Russell Wilson. And I'm also sitting down Big Ben. Ben Roethlisberger for the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, Steelers are at home, but I have a feeling Big Ben is this might be his last year. It's almost like he didn't want to play this year. I have that feeling that he just maybe didn't want to play. And he's kind of forced back, and he's having issues with Antonio Brown. Well, Brown's having issues with himself, but I will sit out Ben at home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville, we all know that they're porous on the run, but they're passing. Their defense in the secondary is pretty freaking good. So I will sit out Big Ben for this game right here. So recap, I'm starting at quarterback, Jameis Winston versus the Pats, Matthew Stafford versus the Panthers, Andy Dalton versus the Bills. I'm sitting down, Carson Palmer versus the Eagles, Russell Wilson versus the Rams, and Ben Roethlisberger against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go ahead with our running backs now, who I'll start. Look, Marshawn Lynch, I am starting him all day as the Raiders play the Ravens, just because that EJ Manuel, they're going to want to run that ball. And the Ravens still do play great defense, but I would trust that Marshawn gets maybe not over 100 yards, but a few touchdowns, I think. So I think Marshawn Lynch versus the Ravens would be a good deal. Start Wayne Gallman, the rookie from Clemson. I will start him against the Chargers. He's pretty much going to be the starter. He looked good last week with 12 carries, about 53 yards, and a touchdown off of passing. So that's another good news. He can catch the ball. So it's another weapon for Eli Manning. They take advantage of the Chargers. I will start Wayne Gallman. If you have him, start him. Ty Gurley as well. Start versus Seattle. Seattle has shown that No, Carlos Hyde ran a rush up on him. Frank Gore got some good numbers on Seattle. Look, guys are running in Seattle, and I think that Ty Gurley is the best of them all. And he's not only doing it running, but he's also doing it passing. So if you're in PPR, Ty Gurley is definitely your guy because Jared Goff is looking his way a lot. I would start Ty Gurley with the Seahawks. Don't let the Seahawks defense scare you anymore. Let's also go with who we're going to start. We'll start DeMarco Murray versus the Dolphins. Marcus Mariota being out, they're going to run. DeMarco, 2 games ago, had another breakout game. Last week was kind of a dud. This week, I think he comes back to his high voice in Miami, and he runs for 100 yards and maybe a touchdown. So I'm going with DeMarco Murray. I would start him. Who I'm sitting down, I know it's kind of tough, and I might regret this, but Lamar Miller, I'm going to sit him down. I think Kansas City's going to say, you know what, Deshaun Watson, you got to beat us. We're stacking up 8-9 in the box, stop the run. You have to beat us with your arm. Show us what you can. Marcus Peters, they're all waiting for Deshaun Watson this week. So I will sit down Lamar Miller. Maybe Deontay Freeman might sneak in and get a few carries or a touchdown. I think that will happen. But I will not start Lamar Miller. I'll be cautious about that. But I could be wrong. Lamar he's a great compliment to Deshaun Watson. And then I'll send out LeGarrette Blount. He had a great game last week, but I don't expect that every single week. So, everyone's jumping on this bandwagon against the Cardinals. I would not do that. Cardinals, just like the Chiefs would do with Deshaun Watson, I think that the Cardinals do the same thing with Carson Wentz. Beat us by throwing the ball. We're not going to let LeGarrette Blount just break us down. So I will sit down LeGarrette Blount in this game against the Cardinals. So running backs I'm starting, Marshawn Lynch versus the Ravens. I have Wayne Gallman versus the Chargers, DeMarco Murray versus the Dolphins, and then a Ty Gurley versus the Seahawks. And when I'm sitting down, Lamar Miller versus the Chiefs and LeGarrette Blount versus the Cardinals. Now let's go ahead and start with our wide receivers now. Who am I starting? Newcomer, Will Fuller for Deshaun Watson and the Texans. I got him. Start him versus KC. He had 2 touchdowns last week, and it was funny because behind the scenes they were saying how Will Fuller, during his rehab, him and Deshaun Watson will do right route patterns, and it showed his first game back. He scored 2 touchdowns against the Titans. So look for him to have another big game against the Chiefs. I think he gets a big one. That 4.2 speed is eventually going to come in handy. If you don't have him, if you have a very spread out league, go ahead and get Will Fuller because I think that he's going to be a diamond in the rough for Deshaun Watson and gang. Also, I'm starting Adam Humphries versus the Patriots. Adam Humphries, start him. I know it's kind of late. I know I'm doing this late. I do apologize for this particular game. But if you see this somehow, or if you knew about it, if I said to anybody, word got out, Adam Humphries versus the Patriots, I will start him because he's going to have a big game against that defense. And then I'm also doing T.Y. Hilton versus the 49ers. Start him. He's at home against a poor 49ers defense. I saw what the Rams did. I saw what the Cardinals did. Look, T.Y. is going to have a big game. Jacoby Brissett's going to find him some way, somehow. Look for T.Y. Hilton to have a big game against the 49ers. And then Golden Tate. I will start Golden Tate versus the Panthers. We all know that that defense is pretty poor at some point this year, too. So Golden Tate, look for me, have about 10 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown. I like Golden Tate, what he's doing this year. He was pretty low, in my big boy list, but he has proven that he is a great number 1. So I like what he's doing. Who am I going to sit out for this week? Wide receivers, Rashard Matthews. Sit him out versus the Dolphins. Like I said, Marcus Mariota is going to hurt everybody. He's going to help people. He's helping out DeMarco Murray. He's going to hurt Rashard Matthews. Rashard was having a great season until Marcus Mariota got hurt last week. I think I would sit out Rashard Matthews. If you have him, sit him down because he's not going to get any looks, I believe, in this week against that Dolphins defense. A surprising one, Keenan Allen versus the Giants. I think Janoris Jenkins will be on Keenan Allen the whole entire game. I would sit down Keenan Allen. I don't like him against Janoris Jenkins. I think that Phillip Rivers will find other targets, but it's going to be a very tough game for the Chargers against New York. New York is itching to get that first victory. I don't think Los Angeles Chargers, yes, I said it right about time. I don't think they're itching to get that first victory yet. I think they shut down Keenan Allen, and Phillip Rivers tries to go other places. And then I'm also sitting out Devontae Adams. Even if he is cleared to play against the Cowboys, I would sit him out. I can see him coming into the game, not getting as many snaps, probably getting 30, 3 snaps, something like that in that area. I don't think he'll do any great damage against the Cowboys. I think everybody else will. But Devontae Adams, if you have him, I will sit him out. He is still under concussion protocol, but if he does get, and it's most likely that he will play. But I'm like, you know what? Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Sit him down for this week and then see if he does play. If he has a good game, then you put him right back in. But so to recap, my starters for the wide receivers: Will Fuller versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll start T.Y. Hilton versus the 49ers. I'll start Adam Humphries versus the Patriots. I will start Golden Tate versus the Panthers. Who I'm sitting down: Rashard Matthews versus the Dolphins. Sit him down. Keenan Allen versus the Giants, and sit down Devontae Adams versus the Cowboys. I don't like those matchups at all. And then my tight ends. Who are we going to start for tight ends? Tight ends, like I said, you want a touchdown from tight ends. You want a touchdown. You're not going to get that many big points unless you have a Robert Gronkowski or someone in that caliber. So if I'm going to start someone, I'm going with Jared Cook of the Oakland Raiders against the Baltimore Ravens. E.J. Manuel, his receivers aren't helping. Amari Cooper is having us a horrible year. I'm not messing with Amari Cooper or any of those guys. So Jared Cook versus the Baltimore Ravens, I will put him in for a touchdown. I see it coming. He had his chances last week. Also, Zach Miller versus the Minnesota Vikings. I think prime time, you got Mitchell Trubisky now, who's going to be the quarterback. He's not going to make as many crazy plays down the field like Mike Brennan was doing. So I think that they will go more tight end, more running back. I see Zach Miller getting a touchdown in this game, maybe a few catches. Go with Zach Miller if you want to start him. And then Jason Witten versus Green Bay. I just get a feeling Jason Witten's going to have a 2-touchdown game. It's going to be a shootout, Cowboys and the Packers, like it's always been. I think Jason Witten gets a few touchdowns. I will start him against that Green Bay's porous defense. Start him pronto. And then who I'm sitting out, well, I only got 2 guys I want to sit out. It's a big name, too. It's a very big name. Probably one of the best tight ends in the game. I will sit out Travis Kelce versus the Texans. The Texans are going to be on Travis Kelce like crazy. I don't know, and the Robert Gronkowski even kind of struggled outside that touchdown he had. He struggled against the Texans defense. I think that the Texans will play out a bump and run against Travis Kelce and make it tough for him in the line of scrimmage. So I will sit out Travis Kelce against this Texans defense. And then also Antonio Gates, all those Antonio Gates lovers out there. Yes, he had a Hall of Fame career, and he is the guy, and he's the man in Los Angeles or San Diego, whatever you want to call it these days. But now I think he's pretty much done. I think his time is gone. Hunter Henry is going to be the guy. He's getting most of the snaps anyways. I will sit him out maybe for the rest of the year. We'll see, depending on injury and stuff like that. But I have Antonio Gates sitting out against the Giants. If you haven't started, sit him out. Find somebody else. Gates isn't even getting production anymore. He's not even getting the snaps like he used to. So for tight ends, to recap, we're going to start Jared Cook versus the Ravens. I want to start Zach Miller versus the Vikings. And I want to start Jason Witten versus the Packers. And I want to sit out Travis Kelce versus the Texans and sit out Antonio Gates versus the Giants. That is my NFL Week 5 fantasy talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. Please, down below, tell me who you want to start. Ask me questions of who should I start, who should I sit, who should I put in? Let me know. I will answer those questions for you guys. I'm not a fantasy guru, but I'm pretty good at it. I'm getting better at it as time goes by. So I'm loving fantasy football. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. This is Uneducated Network. It's presenting my show, Uneducated Sports Talk. Check me out on Facebook. My name is Carlos Clayton. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, if that helps. Check me out on Twitter, Carlos Clayton. At Carlos Clayton _ Sorry about that. And then just check me out on the show. Check out other shows as well. We're doing a great job. So, and also remember to like and subscribe to Authentic Sports Talk on YouTube. Like and subscribe to Authentic Sports Talk. That guy has good things going on, like I've been saying earlier in my show. So this Uneducated Network represents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. As always, sports fans, know what it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.